Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Play LOTRO with me, Balthelion. So today the first thing you're going to notice is that I have a different character. So recently, since update 15 launched, I have started a new Beorning class. And I've been rushing him. He's now level 30, so he's the same level as Avella. And I decided, for a bit of a change, why don't we play him through the Evendim Region. So, as you can see, he's a pretty cool looking man. He's got a tattoo. He looks a bit like Jason Momoa, which may or may not be intentional. But he's got a pretty cool bit of facial beard there as well. But this guy, he's building a gigantic great axe, and he also transforms into a bear, which is pretty cool. So I can use this region just to show you guys a bit about the Beorning class. I have done some separate videos previewing some of their trait lines and basics as part of update 15, so check those videos out if you haven't seen them. But this one, since I'm level 30, I've got a few more skills. I've been playing in the red tree for DPS, so I'm pretty familiar with that trait line now. I'm not as familiar with the other two because I haven't really been playing those too much. But anyway, let's get underway. So if I show you where I am on the map, I'm on the eastern borders, which is the road in from the North Downs, just over here. So if I show you guys where I am at, it's just east of the Fields of Fornost. So I finished levelling in North Downs, pretty much the same as Avella did. You can also enter Evendim from the south through the town of Oakbarton, which comes up from the Shire. So you can go to Brock and Boyings in the Shire, head north up the road through the green fields, and that will take you straight into the town of Oakbarton. So most of the quests you'll get that will vect you to Evendim will start in Oakbarton. It's roughly about level 28, that area. So you do quest in there, you'd end up following the road north, and you'd probably end up at the High King's Crossing, which is this stable master here. So I think we'll head probably there to start. That should be about the right level for us because we're level 30. And we'll see how we go from there. So as you can see, these guys that are right near me at the minute are level 34. They're slightly higher level. So I don't particularly want to be getting too involved in combat with those guys at the moment. I will be getting all the ore that I can get at the minute because I've been trying to grind up not only Avella's crafting but now Skalvig's crafting as well. So they've been consuming all the T3 materials I've been able to find. And there's gold over here, but it's in the wrong direction. And you. So to give you guys a bit of an overview about the history of the Evendim region then. So way back in the day, when Elendil was the king of Gondor, he had founded a city in the Northern Kingdom which was called Anuminas, and that is the city which is, if I open up the map, the city at the southern edge of Lake Evendim. So that was the capital of the Northern Kingdom of Arnor, and that was founded something like 3,000 years ago or something like that, back in the Second Age. And that was the capital of Arnor for about 1,000 years. And then over time, the population in the north decreased, and for whatever their political reasons, they decided to relocate the capital city of Arnor to be Fornost, which is back in the North Downs. So just whip that across there. So Fornost is the city that's up there, which is now also in ruins, because the whole kingdom of Arnor these days is long gone. So Anuminas was abandoned about 2,000 years ago, towards the end of the Second Age, and that has been in ruins ever since then. So as you'll see when we get down there, it's pretty much half the city's been sunken down into the water because the water level has risen, and it's populated by all kinds of evil men and trolls and stuff. But the Rangers in the north have been keeping an eye out for... Why is that one red? Okay, he's level 36, I'm not going to fight him. Okay, I'm going the right direction. So the Rangers have been like trying to keep an eye on the Northern Kingdom and try and, you know, make sure all the ruins are not being defiled and defaced by the evil peoples. So, or robbed by the tomb robbers who are over there. I've just been taken out by a Tomb Robber Ambusher. So the Rangers have been looking over that. Obviously, the Rangers aren't huge in number on that, so lots of evil men have crept in here. Particularly guys from from Angmar have taken up refuge in Animenus, trying to uncover all kinds of relics and stuff over there. And loads of these Tomb Robber bandits. You basically want to loot all the tombs and all the cool shiny stuff and flog it for loads of money to get rich quick. So I've got a pretty nice view over here actually, which I think I did tease at some point in the past when we were up here in Evendim doing the pirate quests. But there's a massive statue of one of the old kings. It could be Elendil himself, I'm not entirely sure. But this is called the High King's Crossing, so this is just a bridge across the Brandywine, or Branduin, to get its proper name, but the Hobbits just call it Brandywine because it's kind of what it sounds like to them. But if we come down here, there will be a stable master down here that we can tag as well. And a lot of these are level 36. That's pretty big. But there's going to be a camp here. Hopefully the camp is level appropriate. If not, I might go a bit further south and start us off a bit earlier in Evendim. He's level 35, and I'm going to have to fight him. The good thing about the Beorning is it's pretty strong and it's pretty damn tanky, so we're not doing too much damage to him. But if I transform to a bear, I'm going to just crap on him with one of my attacks here. Half of them didn't. Wonderful. So because I'm attacking a mob that's way higher than me, all my attacks are saying deflected. Basically means I miss it completely, and that is quite unfortunate. So that will happen pretty often with red mobs. So we don't really want to be fighting those because it takes too long. So anyway, if I just remove those quests from the tracker, so here we are, High King's Crossing. There is a stable master here. We can go take this rope up to the top. I think we might need to be on a particular quest. Yeah, we need a quest from here first.
Stay a moment.
Before we can do that. These quests are level 32, that's close enough for me.
Could I speak with you a moment?
So we're going to grab all
Would
these.
you do something for me? Might I take a moment?
These group of rangers have been dispatched from the local outpost
Would
of
you do something for me?
Tenudir, which we're going to go to later. And they're just keeping watch on the eastern side of
Could I
Evendim.
speak with you a moment?
So some of these quests are yellow and orange, so this will be interesting. So on the eastern side of Evendim, there are some various ruins and whatnot, so we're going to go over to these ruins over here. And generally stop the tomb robbers from nicking all the shiny stuff. So what do we need? We need sand lurkers, we need flip over rocks and defeat crawlers. This guy should count for my quest. So this one's orange, this should be a hell of a lot easier for me to defeat. Summon bees, make it angry. Got a new deed for using the bees, 1,000 stingers. Use bee swarm 300 times. So just give you guys a brief overview of the Beorning then, if you haven't seen those other videos I've done or don't know really much about them. So the Beorning class is based on Beorn, who was a character in The Hobbit who could transform into a bear at his own will. So the class is derived from his descendants and the people that he watched over. So we can also transform into bears at will. So we were dispatched by his son Grimbeorn to kind of take part in events of what's going on far west of where they live, because they live in the Vales of Anduin, which is pretty much on the borders of Mirkwood far to the east across the Misty Mountains. So we were sent westwards to check out what's going on with the spreading evils and whatnot. So that's where we kind of entered the fray. But the Beorning class has 3 trait lines, which basically the red line is for dealing damage, which is what I'm currently traded for. And that guy's just summoned mad. The blue line is for tanking, and they're pretty sturdy tanks as well. And the yellow line is kind of a mix of buffing, debuffing, support, healing, and it's pretty strong in all of those areas really. It's got some pretty interesting skills in that regard. But at the moment I'm just traded in the red line. Do I need silk crawlers? Something tells me I'll probably do at some point. So yeah, so I do quite a bit of damage, transform into bear. My bear form is particularly strong, it's been buffed by a few of the skills and traits I've got. Don't mind me, that's cheating. So at the moment I'm just bashing stuff quite often in man form and then generally transforming into a bear from fighting a tough mob, or I build up my rage quite a bit and then transform into a bear for the next mob. The Wrath bar does slowly go down out of combat, it goes down about 5 per tick. But while I'm in a bear it also consumes 3 per second, I think. And all our bear attacks pretty much consume Wrath, because we don't use power like all the other classes. We have this thing called Wrath in our bar, which is why it's red and not blue, like power is for other classes. So basically, most of our attacks as a man will build up our Wrath bar, so as you can see there, that's going to build up towards 100. And then if I was to transform into a bear, most of my attacks would cost Wrath, so that bar would go down. So generally, the more damaging attacks tend to be as a bear. You also get some pretty cool stuff. So I've got some fears, I've got some forced attacks. And some other bits and pieces. I've got some heals on man form as well. But most of the Beorning skills are divided into 3 categories. So those you can use as a man, those you can only use as a bear, and those you can use as both a man and a bear. So the way I've just laid out my toolbars is to have all the man skills on the bottom row. And I mean, there is some exceptions to these rules, but generally all the ones on the main bar are my skills which can only be used as a man, so that's why they're colourful at the moment. And all the ones that are used as a bear are on the second row, so that's why those ones are greyed out at the moment. I'm going to kill one of these because I'm not sure. Something tells me I either need them or they are for a quest somewhere, whether I have that quest or not. Let's just see what happens. Nothing happens. Oh no, something did happen. I've got an ancient ring. What's this? I've got piles of soggy weeds, which are probably a quest starting item. Yes, they are. So use that. Find a ranger at the Colossus camp. So the Colossus is the High King's Crossing where I just was. And apparently these weeds are so interesting, I need to give him a sample. I can just delete these extra copies because they're just going to clog up my bags otherwise. And I've also got an ancient ring, which will be another quest starting item. So again, find a ranger at that camp and show him the shinies. So we need to turn over a few of these rocks as well, which I think are just going to ignore bogs or creepers coming out. Yeah. Too far away from him to use my attacks there. Yeah, so far it's been pretty interesting as the Beorning. I mean, I haven't tried levelling it as tank or support, because obviously that would result in a hell of a lot slower levelling process than just going damage and power levelling through. But so far they've been feeling pretty strong in the DPS line. They've been pretty damn OP and able to take on stuff that's a lot tougher than themselves. And annoyingly, some flies have decided to follow me. So I'm not sure if we've seen flies. We probably have in the Midgewater marshes, but flies and that kind of enemies, they generally don't attack you on sight. However, if they see you, they like following you around. And the other thing that does that is the Limrathans, little balls of light. And they're generally harmless. They follow you around. If you were to attack them, they'll attack you back. But I mean, it's just a pest. I actually have to defeat the crawlers. Okay. How's that? So let's go back and kill the ones that I've just uncovered. All the burrowing ones. So yeah, as part of this region then, we're going to be interacting a lot with the rangers. That'll be our main source of quests, but there are some human settlements in the area as well, and friendly humans at that, not these bandits. There are obviously going to be also various types of enemies which call this place home, so we're going to be going to a few of their encampments, and we'll be generally spoiling the plans of the Angmarim, who are trying to do all kinds of bad things over in Anaminas. There's something you might see cropping up in the chat bar at certain points. Damn it, I've aggroed the bloody flies. At certain points, is you'll see messages about either the good guys or the bad guys have captured parts of Anaminas, and that's basically like a player versus NPC, kind of like King of the Hill, capture the control points, which goes on all the time. So before I started recording, all the good guys were actually holding all the locations, which meant we got a reputation buff, which gave us 25% extra reputation earned while questing in Evendim. But it seems sadly we've lost that buff, so if we look at Anaminas City, I can't actually see the control points because I've never been there, but yeah, it's normally like a few crossed swords at various places down there. But we'll have to wait until we get closer to 40 before we start going in that region.